not happy and healthy. But that's a minority. The majority, as you can see, is all this area that goes down right to the insertion point down here at the tibia. So, boy, oh boy, are we going to have a question to answer as far as where in the world we go from here. Now I'm just going to check the meniscus one more time, make sure that that's still nice and healthy. So yeah, let's go ahead and put the knee through range of motion. Excellent. All right, up into flexion. Perfect, just like that. All right, so what I'm doing is I just want to make sure I probe and poke and manipulate that meniscus to make sure it's really happy. Because if Bucca's meniscus was torn, that would be very uncomfortable. We'd have to treat that while we're here. But so far, that looks to be very healthy as well. So the meniscus looks good. So the question we have to say to ourselves is, where do we go from here?
You were really surprised by all that vascularization, weren't you?
Well, I am. Because this is all new, really new data. This is not stuff that's been reported in the literature. It's all speculated as to how these cells are working or how PRP is working. We all know that it has a cell signaling cascade. It activates the resident stem cells in the location of the injury. But really, to date, we just need to keep collecting data. And it's nice to see consistent data. It's nice to see that regardless of if it's a knee or a shoulder, that these tissues become vascularized. And these are tissues that are typically very devoid of blood supply. So now I'm looking at, I'm in the lateral compartment, and I'm just probing the lateral meniscus to make sure everything over here on the lateral compartment is clean. A little bit of fibrillation. Remember, this is a magnified view or image that you're seeing here. And so to me, there we go, you can see a nice view of it. So you go ahead and now extend a little bit, and now flex. So there's the lateral meniscus, and it looks happy and healthy. So the good news in my mind is that this ligament has continued to heal. So I always say, clients come to me and they don't want me to say back to them, what would you like to do? They're coming to me for an answer. They want to know if this was my own personal dog.
What would you do if this was your dog?
What would I do if it was my dog? That's what we hear all the time. And the reality is, if this was my own personal dog, seeing what we're seeing arthroscopically, seeing the improvement on gait analysis, seeing the palpation is still stable, I would go ahead and do a booster injection of stem cells into the ligament. I would continue to rehab. You're doing laser therapy, you're doing manual therapy, you're doing a therapeutic home exercise program. I would keep the knee brace on because definitely when we looked at the gait analysis, we're even furthermore comfortable on gait with the brace on than we are with the brace off.
Yep.
That too is important data. That's not reported in the veterinary literature anywhere, how these knee braces work for dogs. And so really great data to show that with a brace on, the dogs actually do significantly better than without a brace. And so what I would do if this was my personal dog is inject once again with stem cells, PRP, put the brace back on, go back into the rehab program, and then once again 2 to 3 months from now, reassess. And
I agree.
think with the way we would reassess, we wouldn't do a third look arthroscopy. Once again, gait analysis, palpation, and the hopes would be that we look even better. More muscle mass, more sound on the gait analysis, and then we would challenge it. We would take the brace off of Bucca, and we then for the summertime go back to being a dog and truly test that knee, continue strength training, strengthening the knee, and then if at any point in time we see we're just not happy with the results, we can always at that point in time jump in.
Do a TPLO.
Yeah, we can always do that.
Can never go back,
we can
right?
do it tomorrow, we can do it a year from now, we can do it 5 years from now. But I'm, even though I'm a surgeon, I'm very conservative, and so I prefer a conservative approach if we can. In this case, we can see that it's actually working for us. So, so let's let Mother Nature take its course, and Bucca obviously has some pretty strong stem cells, and let's continue to see if we can go that route.
Sounds good. Do you agree?
So we'll inject with the needle. Yeah. Does that sound like an okay plan to the owners? Okay.
Wait, I'll answer you. Yes. Yes.
So,
throughout all this, Bucca became Sherman's dog.
good video.